Okay, so this is the second part of the book haul. The first part was my second book outlet order that I received. This one is from a used bookstore that is in a town nearby that I got 8 books at. So if you're interested in this, then keep watching. Now the first 4 books that I got are Dragonlance. And I actually have a ton of Dragonlance books. I love the books, especially from Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. They're my favorite Dragonlance authors. And I have a bunch of books that my mom gave me. Like, she literally gave me probably 15 or 20 Dragonlance books. And I actually used some of hers to replace some of mine that I had that were not looking very good. I'd gotten them from like yard sales and stuff like that, because Dragonlance books are really hard to find in my area. Although they're getting to be a little easier. I think these are newer ones though, so the older ones were really hard to find. But the first 2 books are by Margaret Weiss, and they are Amber and Ashes and Amber and Iron. And this is The Dark Disciple Volume 1 and Volume 2. I already have a Volume 3 that my mom gave me, and if you can see that little sticker, it says that they were 4 for $10. So I got all 4 of these Dragonlance books for $10. That's crazy. Now this one is by Richard A. Knack, and it's Minotaur Wars Volume 2, Tides of Blood. And I already have Volume 1 and Volume 3 from my mom, and this is the only one that I'm missing that I know of. Dragonlance has a lot of trilogies, so almost all the books either come in a trilogy or there's the Meetings of the Sextet, which is 6 books. But most of the books come in like a trilogy. They come in 3s. So I believe I have all of this one now and all of the previous one. And this one is one that I didn't know existed. Oh my goodness. It is by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman, my 2 favorite authors. They're the ones that wrote the Chronicles, which is the seasons, and they wrote there's like a Lost Souls or a War of the Souls series, and they wrote them, and these are the Lost Chronicles. This is Volume 1, and it is Dragons of the Dwarven Depths. And I did not know this existed. I love their books. They always have the ones that have the dragons. I love dragons. And I didn't even know that this series existed. Oh, and it has a little Pokemon sticker on the inside. That's cool. At least it's on the inside. I'm trying to find out when this was published. Yeah. They wrote The War of the Souls, or The War of Souls. And it looks like, wow, this was made in 2006. Oh my goodness, I am so far behind. Yeah, they wrote the Chronicles, they wrote Legends. Yeah, these are my favorite authors. I'm gonna have to try to find out how many of these are actually out, if all of them are out, and get the rest of them, because there's usually 3, so there should only be 2 more in this. But look how big that is. Huge for a small paperback. This is huge. There are almost 600 pages in this, and it was a 4 for $10 book. Oh my goodness. Okay, the next book I have is Valiant, A Modern Tale of Fairy by Holly Black. And this is part of a trilogy, I think. And it says $14.95, but it actually wasn't. It was only $2.99, which I was actually really surprised about. I actually talked to the people at the desk because the cover price for the book is $7.99. See, cover price says $7.99. I don't know if that focused or not, but I was like, why is it $14.95 whenever it says $7.99 on the front cover? I'm not going to get it if it's actually $14.95. And they looked it up in the computer and they're like, oh, sorry, it's actually supposed to be $2.99. Do you still want it? And I'm like, well, yeah. If it's only $2.99, then yeah, I want it. I did not want it for $15. Not for a used book. Because if you can see, it's been dropped at some point, and there's a little ding on the cover there, but there's a little bit right up by the sticker there. There's a little mark there. And it's not bad. It's really not bad. But I was not going to pay like almost twice the cover price for a used book. It wasn't going to happen. The next one I have is a Percy Jackson and the Olympians book, Sea of Monsters, by Rick Riordan. And this book says it's $2.99. It's book 2. I think it's book 2 of the Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I already have books 3 and 4. I don't have book 1 yet, so I haven't gotten to read them. But love mythology, so I figured I'd try them out. But $2.99. The thing about this used bookstore is they consider these a hardcover. Even though they are paperback, they consider it a hardcover because it is bigger than the standard mass market paperback. But they have a deal that buy one hardcover, get a second hardcover of equal or lesser value for free. So I actually got both of these books for $2.99 altogether. So that's like $1.50 each. It's crazy. I love the store. So this next book that I got is The Morganville Vampires Volume 2 by Rachel Kane. And it includes Midnight Alley and Feast of Fools. And I haven't looked into the series to see how many books are in the series. I just started trying to get the books. But again, vampires, so that's always intriguing. And this book said that it was supposed to be $3.95. Now, my last book is one of the few books that I have left to get in the House of Night series, and it's The Fledgling Handbook 101 by PC Cast with Kim Donner? But this is one of the few books that I'm missing. I think I'm missing, I was wrong in my other video, I'm missing 2 novellas and I have one of the other books on order. I was missing 3 of the regular books from the series, but I have one on order, so I'm only missing 2 of the regular books from the series and 2 novellas. And after that, I will have all the books, and I'm going to marathon the whole thing because I'm weird like that. But this book was supposed to be, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of washed out. It's supposed to be $4.95. But I got this one too. Even though this one's a lesser price, they took the price from this one because it's equal or lesser value. So $4.95, second book, both of them for $4.95. So it's 2 books for $5. After taxes and everything, it ended up being $19.20. So I got 8 books for pretty much $19. I can't do much better than that. I mean, every time I go to this bookstore, there's actually 2 of them in the town that I am near, and every time I go there, I come out with at least 2 books because I almost always go for what they consider the hardcover, even though these are not hardcover at all. They're not hardcover. I mean, see? Not hardcover. But they consider it hardcover, and I'm not gonna argue because, I mean, look at that. $5, $3. That's like $8 for 4 books. Can't argue. So that's it for this book haul. And I guess now you will be able to see why I have so many books. I've almost got my bookshelf set up. Since I just got all these books, I'm gonna have to maybe rearrange them a little bit, but I will at least try to show you guys my bookshelves. And as you can tell, I have a variety of like hardcover, the large paperback, the mass market paperback. So they're kind of, they're not really pretty, but I'm 30 and I have been getting books for a long time. I don't have much of the books from whenever I was little, but pretty much anything from high school up until now. I mean, I've bought all of them myself, and well, the books that I have, my mom and her boyfriend moved recently, and they gave me like 80 books, I think. And I'm one of those people that's like, you don't just get rid of a book. Like if somebody offers you a book, you're like, oh yeah, like I'll read this. I mean, there's just a couple kinds of books that I don't like to read, and it is Westerns. Absolutely do not like to read Westerns. I'm not really big on sci-fi, like outer space, different planets, different galaxy kind of thing. I don't mind like books with aliens, like I'm reading the Lux series. I love the Lux series. So I don't mind books about aliens, I don't mind books about like supernatural things. I don't think that I've read, I don't know if it's just that the books have been bad or what, but I'm not too big on like sci-fi. But let's see. Oh, real romance. Like I am not big on real romance books. I like paranormal romance. Gotta have some action in there. I mean, Otherwise, it's just kind of boring reading about somebody else's love life. Yeah. But yes, that's the end of this book haul, and I will get back with you next time.